Hello there, Gia.
Hello, Keisha. Hello, everybody. It's good to be back.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome back, Gia. We'd like to thank Millie for filling in
I
for you.
know.
She did a
Thank
lovely job.
you. So
Yep.
she goes
And
by Millie. I know she's
yeah,
new. Yes, okay.
yeah, and I think probably our listeners found it refreshing that we didn't go off topic quite as much. But there might be a few people out there who missed your talk about apples and ponies and Star
Apples and
Trek and
horses and things.
all of
Yeah.
that. So, if you feel a burning desire to talk about, like maybe you've discovered a new type of apple. We don't know. We don't
I,
know.
you know,
But
I didn't have any apples over the holiday, but I petted some horses, and that was nice.
oh, that's right. You sent a picture of the horses that live next door to your brother.
The neighbor horses. Yeah, I thought one was
Uh,
dead one morning. I looked up, it was lying like flat. It was lying totally flat, but it was just enjoying some sunshine.
did you scream?
No, but I watched it for a while till it lifted its head up. I was like, wouldn't that be a sad Christmas memory?
God, that would be. Oh, that would be.
Anyway, yes, thanks, Millie, for filling in. I haven't
Mhm.
had I've been pretty busy, but I haven't had a chance to listen. But I'll check it out
Yeah,
at some point.
yeah, yeah. You
Maybe
can
I'll pick up some pointers.
some pointers. Yeah, we won't hold our breath.
Yeah, and then what is that? All that laughing about?
I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know. Just no, no. I'm just teasing. Just teasing, Gia. We're very happy you're back.
I know a leopard doesn't change her spots that easily.
Oh,
I did catch up. I didn't get a chance to watch. So I caught up on everything yesterday until, of course, today. So I kind of like
uh-huh.
felt like I was in Port Charles. I felt like I was right there in Rice Plaza a lot
Were
of the time.
you? Yeah. Wow. Lots happens in Rice Plaza.
Sometimes I
Um,
was at Volvanino's.
or the vulva, as we're encouraging the
Yeah,
show to shorten it. Maybe have some T-shirts made with the vulva on them.
yeah. So it's going to be hard for me to separate like today
From
from
yeah,
all the
yeah,
things that happened. So it might just be sort of a surrealistic sort of like snippets that we can talk about, unless you've got
yeah.
some organizing principle that you want to.
Oh, that's so sweet that you think that's possible. And in fact, when I was watching, I watched. Let's see. So we're talking about 3 episodes, right? Was it
Let's see. Today's Monday,
Thursday,
so
Thursday, Friday, or not? Yeah, Thursday, Friday, and Monday, right?
yeah, I think I had
Yeah,
to watch. I had to watch last week too, whatever the one was.
yeah,
But
yes.
yeah, you guys already talked about that. So yeah,
So
um,
yeah, Thursday and Friday, I watched. They kind of blended together for me. I don't remember where one episode ended and the next began. So I'm going to be as bad as you. So buckle up, everybody.
so
this is
buckle
gonna
up. Here we
this is
go.
gonna be sort of a shit storm, maybe. Uh, do you want to start at the vulva? We'll work our way back.
Okay, who did we see first there?
Let's see. Well, who was at the vulva? We saw Sunny, and we also saw Isaiah and Lucky. Right, Isaiah and Lucky were
Yeah,
before
but
Sunny.
that was just today, wasn't it?
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, okay. We're working our way backwards in time. You mean like
Yeah.
is that what you meant? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. um, yeah, Lucky and Isaiah. I don't know. That was. I thought there was some. Not to just start off with complaining, but like Isaiah leaped to this like, well, if you're gonna leave, and it was like Lucky hadn't said anything in that particular
Yeah.
conversation about leaving. I was like, well, that was weird. Um,
Yeah, I had a lot of that was weird moments in the last few days. But go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
but otherwise, I thought their conversation was generally boring and not all
Yeah.
that important.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And Isaiah continues to kind of shift in his personality and their relationship seems like I still don't know what's going on with Isaiah, and Isaiah and Lucky haven't really been together very much.
Yeah, I'm not believing them as friends all that much.
Right, right. Yeah. Especially given how we were introduced to them
Yeah,
when they
like they
were.
were bosom buddies about to be
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
together, and
So, yeah, it seems a little weird that they're sort of not
yeah, so
seeing each other.
I wasn't buying that.
Mhm.
Conversely, though, I will say that I am buying Lucky and Elizabeth a little bit more each time I see them.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, me
I don't know
too.
if I'm buying them romantically yet,
Okay, uh-huh.
but I like they rounded a corner. They were at the hospital. They rounded a corner,
Mhm.
and I just was like, oh, they look so good together, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they don't necessarily have to be a couple for them to be interesting together.
Yeah, for them to support each other.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
But I kind of hope they will make them a couple. I mean, I think that we're building up to the big fight between Rick and Lucky over Elizabeth at one
Ah,
point.
yeah, they're such different people. I can't picture Rick as a romantic
I know
interest for
he
her.
looked like her daddy today,
Yeah, and he's
like her
sort of
daddy coming
behaving
in
like
next to
her.
her. Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm, interesting.
maybe it's just the white hair, and she still looks
Could be,
um,
yeah.
pretty much the same as she ever did, which is not true. I saw an old episode recently where she had
Mhm.
long, much girlier hair.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
She did look quite different. I mean, she still looks young and beautiful, but they've got
Mhm.
her looking much more sedate now or something
Maybe, sure, sure.
like trying to make her look her years a little bit, which is
I
hard
guess
because
it
she's
is
like a
hard.
porcelain goddess.
She is, and then when you put her together with Lucky, they like make each other look younger, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. I do just want to snip that hair off that little hunk of hair that hangs in the front on him.
Uh-huh.
Or make it longer. One or the other.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're still going for that scruffy sort of grunge look with him, aren't
That's
they?
scruffy. I'm almost getting a what's the Bob Geldof?
Uh-huh. The guy from yeah, what the hell? I don't like Mondays.
I don't like Monday. Boomtown Rats?
Boomtown Rats. Yeah, there you go. Whew, thanks, Gia,
Jesus.
because I wasn't coming up with
Jesus,
it.
pulled that right out of my butt,
Ouch.
didn't I?
Ouch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And he organized the what's he want to
Yeah.
organize?
The
There's behind the
Band-Aid thing, right?
yeah, the big all the so
Hmm.
anyway, I get a little of that vibe off Lucky, which
Okay.
sort of the look and also like I'm trying to save the world thing.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Hmm.
But I for one, I'm throwing it out there, would be pleased to see Lucky and Elizabeth get back together as a couple.
Okay, and I support that also. Yeah, I'm good either way, but I would not get in the way of that
You
relationship.
heard it here. We've agreed on something. It's exciting. It's new and exciting. We're heading into the new year strong.
Yeah, yeah, we made a resolution before the new year not to fight as frequently.
Oh, okay. Is that what we're doing? I was just gonna clean my sock and underwear drawer because I'm I'm picking.
Oh
I'm going
no.
like small and concrete. Not that I have concrete in there, but I mean small and doable. Or it could be. I don't know. It's
Would
so
that be
wedged
like
full of
your
crap.
would that be like your level C underwear?
Yeah, yeah. I like a deep bench, but I realized I had to take socks on my trip, my Christmas
Uh-huh.
trip, because I was headed,
Yeah.
north, and I was like, I'm gonna need socks.
Uh-huh.
And so I went delving in there, and I realized there are layers upon layers of things that I don't need in there. So,
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, I think
so
there's a lot.
I'm not making lofty goals.
No, you're not. You're not. And not even lady goals. I'm just
Lady,
think,
what?
I'm just thinking
What
like
does that mean? Lady goals? What
like
kind of goals are you coming up with?
I don't have any, Gia. This is just a mess here, but no, I was thinking when you said you like a deep bench. I was thinking no ladies magazine ever has
Having a
described.
deep bench.
It's not about
Well,
an
they
underwear
should.
drawer.
They should.
I don't think they've ever
My
used that
one other thing I'm
expression.
doing, maybe I could count this as a New Year's thing. It's just for January, but I'm
Uh,
eating a sweet potato a day for the month of
oh,
January.
wow. Gosh. It's something, isn't it?
Uh, it is something. I read that it's supposed to help with cholesterol, and I have to have that
Okay.
checked again. So I'm
Mhm.
doing barley, and I'm eating a sweet potato a day, but without like I'm just boiling it with like salt and
Mhm.
cinnamon, no like
Uh-huh.
sugar and butter and all that
Uh-huh.
stuff. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Uh-huh.
It's I'm having a feeling it's gonna like if I had to have a colonoscopy, I feel like this would also be super helpful.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. I wish you had like something that would make it more fun for you, like an air fryer or something.
We have an air fryer. Would that be
You do?
fun?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? I don't know. Somebody gave us one.
Oh, really? Huh.
I've
Okay.
never actually used it. The old man is like cooks tater tots in there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so maybe that would be worth a try, at least to mix it up a little bit for you.
He's done chicken wings. I don't understand it. Like, isn't it like it doesn't make sense to fry without oil? Like, I can't get
Right.
behind that. Like, what are you
I
doing? You're not frying at all. You're just heating. You're just heating something.
Yeah, I guess that's right. but I maybe we should switch to something
Oh,
else.
sorry. Okay, something more general hospitally. Okay,
Maybe.
so we were back at Volvanino's. So
Yeah, so then we had Sonny going down, and this was his second sort of chest
yeah,
clenching episode,
yeah,
right?
he's having the angina.
Yeah, if we're lucky, he's having the angina. But if we're not, he's having a cardiac
I know. I
event.
was thinking today, like, I don't want to lose Sonny, but I was thinking, what a freaking bold move that would be if
Yeah,
they
man.
just removed Sonny from the landscape with a massive heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't think about him going out that way, do you?
No, and wouldn't that be such a? I would like have such respect if that's what they did.
Wow. Yeah, that would be interesting. I was wondering if this had anything to do with Jack Brennan.
Like,
Because well, he was over at the house, right, with Carly and everybody, including Sonny,
yeah,
and
but
he had a
you think that,
call, right, about something like being in motion or something like
yeah, but
that.
I thought that had to do with finding Valentine because
I thought so too, and that's probably what it was, but I just wondered if somebody could have tampered with something or if this is just like an actual sort of.
I mean, could it be our digitalis, our foxglove bandit? You know,
Right, right. And we'll get to that also, but it could be. I mean, I don't know. That's what I was wondering if maybe this was somebody's idea of fun, or was it like an organic kind of health episode for Sunny? I don't know.
I found myself really appreciating watching him like clutch his heart and seeing his hair dyed so unnaturally black. You know,
That's
and I
what I
thought,
was thinking when he sort of started stooping over and you got that shot of his hair. It's like,
of
man,
his
that is
very
pitch
black
black.
hair. Yeah, and I thought that's so like that's so poignant or something.
Uh
The
huh.
man trying to recapture his youth as he's going down with a heart attack. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Uh
it was.
huh.
I don't know if they meant for that to be powerful, but I felt I was feeling it there.
You were, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, it could be just a
Mm-hmm.
natural heart attack. Like that would like I don't know.
Yeah.
My grandfather's era and probably your grandfather's era. Every
Mm-hmm.
man was going down at that age with a massive
Definitely,
heart
yeah. And I
attack.
mean, half the time they're fatal. So.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
it doesn't luckily happen that way as much. And I'm sure it does still happen, of course, but more
Mm-hmm.
people have things done
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have things they can do now. Like my grandfather, my dad's father, um, who was even older because my dad was the youngest, but
Mm-hmm.
they must not have been able to do anything because he'd had a series of heart attacks, and that's what back when they told you to like just travel, take it easy, you know. So
Yeah.
they're like, so he's like
Uh-huh.
floating down
Huh.
rivers, going, God, I feel like shit, you know. But
Away from any medical professionals.
yeah, they just there
Yeah.
wasn't much they could do, so it was just
Yeah.
you just kind of lived a reduced life, and you know,
Uh-huh. Hmm.
tried to enjoy yourself, but
Yeah. Hmm. Something to be said for
while
that,
you were
really.
lighting your cigarettes and
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Uh, anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't want to lose Sonny, but
No, but yeah, that would be fascinating if they could pull that off, but it
it would
doesn't.
be fascinating. Think of the ripples.
The ripples, yeah. Man, Christina would be a mess.
Oh yeah, okay, well let's move on to Christina. So we had Christina,
Mhm.
um we had a few, well today, today she was in her new bar, Charlie's.
Yeah, and
Um
she was well, first, Lucas came in, right?
right, but earlier did we have her in other earlier episodes too? We must have.
Yeah, I think we
What's
did.
happened with her?
Well, I was gonna say, and this is a recurring problem for me also. In these 3 episodes, maybe in particular, one, there's weird sort of dynamics between people, or like some strange reaction that I don't understand. And two, when we have these replacement actors, have completely forgotten the relationship between those two characters. Like, because it's new Christina and new Lucas, and when they're talking like they're buddies, I don't remember them being
Yeah,
buddies.
right.
You
How
know.
they even, right. Yeah, yeah. Um
So that was one thing that was getting in the way for me, with
right.
that
Okay.
scene. What about you? What did you think about that?
Um yeah, I don't even, yeah, I didn't even really ponder what their relationship was. I just kind of went with it. We
Yeah,
do
with
seem to
them.
be heating up the whole Wiley thing with Lucas, which I have to remind myself. They said
Yeah,
something about you raised that baby like for 2 years. I'm like, really?
I know. That was another scene. Yeah, when he went to confront Willow, it
Yeah,
seemed
I
out
was
of
like,
the blue to
what?
me. You
Yeah.
know,
But did he and Brad had that baby till it was two? Like, I don't,
guess.
I mean, are
Hmm.
we supposed to, can we believe them? Or
I guess.
did they do some, I
I
feel like
don't
that
know.
the baby was discovered much earlier than that, that it wasn't, the baby they
Hmm.
thought it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Like
They
two, you're like he's like cruising around and talking and stuff.
talking. Yeah.
I
I
feel
don't
like he was still
remember.
kind of an inert lump at that point, but
Well, it was
um,
Wiley, so.
oh, these zingers at poor Wiley. Um,
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
what'd you think of the new Charlies? What'd you think of all the work that Christina did there?
Well, was there a lot of work done? I wasn't really
No,
getting
that's
the
why I
full
said it that
effect
way.
because I was waiting, just thinking, is this going to be a big transformation or not? I guess
Well, it
not.
was just like highlighted guitars, which I thought did look kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And the
And those
little
little
lamps, and it's
lamps.
it's
Yeah.
darker than it was. Wasn't sure if that was how the lighting is gonna be. And
Yeah.
then they had Lucky come in at the end to be the bartender. I thought, oh, maybe they're gonna have Lucky like explore his musical talents there. And
Uh-huh. That
like,
that could be cool. Yeah, I was thinking that
yeah,
wouldn't be a bad development to have him and Christina hanging out at Charlie's.
yeah, that might
Yeah.
be a good new
Mhm.
spot to mix things up a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. Mhm.
So, and Lucky in real life his name isn't Lucky, but in real life he like has a he has a band.
Uh-huh.
Like, so that'd be kind of cool to get to hear whatever he does.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And then in doing this, getting this job and everything, he'll demonstrate to Elizabeth that he's hanging around at least for a little while.
Yep, yep. Um,
So all good there. Um,
Speaking of singers, we had a little
mhm.
Christmas entertainment with Ned and Geo and Chase.
Yeah, was that Thursday?
I think that might have been Thursday or Friday. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Are you sure?
Well, I don't know. Do we earn points or something for knowing which day it was? It was earlier than today.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, that was mostly Ned, right? Ned kind of had the loudest voice, at least,
He
in
had the
that.
loudest. Yeah, he can boom it
Yeah,
out there. And once again,
yeah.
they chose to sing in unison rather than
Mhm.
harmonize.
Mhm.
I find
Mhm.
that odd for
Yeah,
a
maybe.
skilled couple of dudes,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't know, Chia.
What do you make of that
I
inability
I
to harmonize?
mm, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have
So I
no
guess what
opinion on
really
that.
what it makes me think is like I'm so glad Valentine's going to be back on the scene because he can harmonize like a bastard.
That's true. That's true. That's part of his deal. I'll come back if you let me sing and
Allow me
harmonize.
to do some harmonies, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Uh
but
I
we
can't,
we so we had some Christmassy stuff going on. We got to see a lot of decorations.
yeah, I think you're going back before Thursday though.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay.
Sorry.
Um,
Sorry, Gia.
feel like I'm being beaten down a little bit.
If you do you want to take 5 minutes and talk about Christmas?
No, no, I'll hold it. So we're still talking about today. We're just trying to stay with today. I
No,
gotta get my
we can go
brain.
back further, but I'm trying to think of let's see, we had Lucas went over. Okay, so Lucas went over to Nina's to confront everybody, and Ava kind of walked him out of the.
Yeah, yeah,
Tried
Aunt
to,
Ava, Aunt
yeah,
Ava.
and
Yeah,
she was nice with him. I liked that.
yeah, yeah.
That was good. Um, and it seems like certain people, like Ava, Lucas, I guess Nina, definitely are starting to think that Drew is the problem.
Yeah, but that was such a creepy scene where Willow was sitting in the middle between Nina and Drew, and they were
Ugh.
both like, like you've got to do this, you got to, and I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
just creepy. It was like Rosemary's Baby or something. It was
Yeah. Yeah,
yucky.
and then the scene where Willow said, she was so glad she had him to lean on or something. It's like,
I
oh
know.
God,
Is that what they
awful.
call it? Leaning? I think we did a. She leaned right into him. Yeah.
And he's taking full advantage of this like exposure, like
I know.
he's got a
Yeah.
pass now, I guess,
It
to do
was just
whatever he wants.
yucky. I liked when Michael went to Diane and he
Mhm.
explained what had
Yeah.
happened, and she just said something like "ick" or
Icky. Yeah,
"icky" or
she
yeah.
did.
And I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
"Yes,
Uh-huh.
it's exactly what we're
Yeah.
all thinking."
That's right. Yeah.
But
Yep.
yeah, it's like Willow and Drew are just gonna like they're a couple now, I guess. Like she's not even pretending that she's gonna try to make
No.
the marriage work, or it's like it's she without even saying she made that decision. It's like she's just thrown in with Drew, and
Yeah, it's like she's just I guess this is maybe the path of least resistance is just to let him kind of sweep her into his little scummy world.
yeah, God, what is she? She's not thinking, I
She's
guess.
not thinking, no. No.
And in real life, we know that the Michael character is leaving,
Mhm.
and so we have to wonder what how they're gonna
Mhm.
they're gonna negotiate that. Like, is he gonna
Yeah.
leave? Like, we think Sasha's leaving too because she had to
Right.
mani petty and told Maxie that she's
Mhm.
taken off.
Yeah.
So, like, are she and Michael gonna ride off into the sunset? And
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, possibly. That also feels a little clunky to me. I mean, I like Maxie being there for Sasha to sort of work things out with, like talk about like what she's thinking and stuff like that. But Maxie's idea that she was going to tell people she's pregnant seemed a little bit,
yeah, like, why would you do that? Like, the whole point of leaving is so that you don't have to
yeah,
tell people. Yeah, it didn't make
and
any
it's
sense. Yeah.
no, and it seemed like Maxie would know that it was kind of too soon, right? To
Too
have
soon. Yeah, anyway, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that seemed a little unmaxy like. There just seems like a lot of moments recently where people aren't quite in character. Um, and I think it's due to just sloppy writing, really.
And speaking of not in character,
Emma.
we yeah, yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Like one of the General Hospital snark things. They were doing kind of an end of the year like best and worst recast,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and I don't know. It's a toss. So there's so many bad recasts, but the Emma
Yeah.
one has got to be right up there for me.
Well, yeah, and just the not just that it's a different actor, which I understand. Maybe the original one, I don't know the reasons why she didn't come back, but she was in school and everything, right? But they've changed her personality completely
Oh,
again.
completely,
Yeah.
completely. Like,
So
why not just have a new character come on the scene rather than try to
yeah,
shove this into the Emma
yeah,
character?
yeah, exactly. Because we liked Emma,
Yeah, and
and
this one's kind of bitchy,
she
and
is. She's mean to
yeah,
Joss. She seemed really snobby with Joss, which I can't abide.
yeah. And
And
I was
mean,
like you, I was kind of like, I don't remember what their relationship was, so I can't.
yeah, exactly. That too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So I was like,
mean,
where is this coming from? And then just the whole coming on the scene with the pickpocket thing, and it was like
yeah,
so completely not what that earlier character would have done. Um,
absolutely not. And there's nothing really to like about her. So I don't know why you have to go like all the way towards bad.
I think that I don't know if it's all writers, but I think that people have trouble writing a female character that's like sassy and strong-willed that doesn't come across as an unlikable bitch, you
Yeah,
know?
maybe that I suppose it takes a little finesse, but you can use us as examples.
Right, yeah. Sassy, sure. Um, but I think we saw a little bit of that with the return of Lulu. Like I feel like that's kind of already
Yeah,
worn off, but there was a little bit of her being
yeah,
kind of like snotty with people or something. And I
yeah.
think the writers think that you're supposed to be coming across as like independent and strong,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
it's like, is that? I don't know. You don't need to be bitchy to.
Yeah, you're right. The Lulu was kind of in your face, and
Yeah.
right,
And
right,
I
true.
don't know. I mean, maybe it's me bringing sexist ideas about how women should act or something. Like I'm not saying that all female characters need to be likable to
No,
please
right.
me or something, but
Uh-huh.
I think they kind of go overboard or something trying to like show that like this one's got sass.
Yeah, yeah,
And
right. And so if we've already like written off this person as not likable, especially since it was somebody we liked, it just feels like you're messing with a character too much. Like why not?
yeah,
She could have developed a little bit of an edge or something, but she didn't have to go all the way to
yeah,
just
like
being
maybe
like
she discovered the Grateful Dead or something and like
yeah.
dabbled with weed and like got a little
Uh-huh.
a little like college girly or something, but
Yeah, right, right. That would be more believable except for the dead part. I think that might be a little bit might be a
what?
couple decades past discovering the dead. I don't know.
People aren't still discovering the dead. Do they discover like the John Mayer version?
Oh, I hear he's good.
I hear he can pluck a string.
But yeah,
No, who
you're
are they
right.
discovering now that would, I mean, fish? Like,
Yeah, I was going to say not even fish. That's probably at least 10 years old,
who's the
20
jam
years old.
bands now? They're like now they're called jam bands, right? Or is that
Yeah.
gone too? Is that over with?
No, but I think there are jam bands still, but they're probably for people who are having trouble moving on from the dead. There are a lot of those people, Gia.
Most of those people are just moving right on into heaven at this
Yeah.
point. They're joining most of the dead who's already there.
Oh, I guess that's not as funny as we think.
That's a little funny.
It's a little funny. Um,
Uh,
but your point is well taken. Yeah, there's
I know
plenty of
I'm drifting from the point.
trying to bring us back. They could have had her screw up a little bit but still be likable.
Right. Well, it's particularly difficult because I don't remember a lot about the original Emma, but
Hmm.
that little girl that played her exuded sweetness.
She did, yes, yes. Just like Willow, kind of. Although Willow now it sort of exudes lying, duplicitous whore, but she used
Right.
to
Yeah.
exude sweetness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she was like a snow cone machine. Like you just
Hmm.
grind and sweetness would come out. Like you wouldn't even have to use that squirty like
Syrup.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the syrup on it. It was
Uh
just
huh.
like if she were not a person, she would be a cotton candy machine or something. Like so sweet.
Okay. Uh huh. Yeah. But like
Too
a good
far? Did
kind
I
of
go too
sweet.
far?
Well, yeah, I think you're hungry or something. You're having some cravings.
I can't wait for my sweet potato. Yeah, but so they were battling the fact that that human being just was naturally sweet seeming, and then
Hmm.
they
Yeah.
decided to like let's go the opposite direction because I don't know.
Yeah, that's just a little too simplistic.
So I would put that up there with who are some other bad? Well, of course,
Eh,
Drew was a
yeah,
ridiculously bad recast, and
yeah,
Aiden, yeah, Aiden with his little biceps, very
yeah,
bad.
very
Yeah.
bad. Yeah. But yeah, like there's sort of different categories. There's the recast where the character changes completely, and then just a recast where the character looks different, and they don't always necessarily do both of those things, you know.
Right, like I'd say Christina falls more in that category. Like
Yeah, yeah.
they didn't change the highlights of that person's personality, but
Mm-hmm. Right.
kind
Do
of
you
changed it. Like Lucas is another kind of like that.
Right, right. Molly, I guess, although
Yeah,
she's not
all
as
the Mollies.
she's not as bright eyed as the original Molly.
Right. Yeah, she doesn't she did that the original Molly had like a little magic glow about her that
She did, yeah, yeah,
none of the others could pull off. There's something about it just within the person themselves that
yeah. She had a sort of an idealistic kind of a outlook.
yeah, like a little twinkle in her eye,
Yeah.
like she'd just like grown up listening to a lot of Bernie Sanders or something, you know.
Yep.
It's gonna do the good work.
Do the good work. Yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah, and she doesn't really quite seem like that person now.
No, no, she morphed into somebody else, but
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of over it now, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I know, me too. I mean, well, the whole grieving and the whole like court case and everything sort of knocked anything that was interesting and potentially moving, you know,
Yeah,
out of
right.
that storyline. What did you think about when Lucas was talking to Christina about Ava and
Um,
telling her what a strong person she was?
I was noticing that Christina was kind of had walked back her whole blaming Ava for the death of the baby.
Right, and I
Was
was wondering, was she really, or was she
was
just
she
for
sincere? Right. Yeah, I was like,
right?
wait a minute, did I miss something? You know, did I get up and leave and miss a
Or did
moment?
she not want to tip her hand because Lucas is close to Ava?
It could be either, I guess. But what
Hmm.
yeah, she's not somebody that normally, like, withholds her opinions on anything, so I didn't
Right,
know.
but if she's plotting something or thinks Sonny's plotting something, she doesn't want to
That's
tip,
true because
tip him off.
she was all on board with Sonny killing her.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, basically. So yeah, I was
mm.
curious what you if you saw that that was still going on in her head, if you thought that.
It struck me. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what it struck me as, but it was
Uh-huh.
noticeable,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What's going on with this?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, they could just be that she was trying to be polite to Lucas and not say bad things about his aunt. Do you
Right,
say
that's
aunt or
true.
aunt?
I say aunt.
Me too. That's why we get along so well.
It's funny how like I never worried about how I pronounced it until like maybe 20 years ago. Then I started to think maybe
People
I should
say
be saying
aunt, and I'm
aunt.
like, what are you being so fancy? You know, aunt. Stick your pinky out while you say it, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway,
Oh,
I don't know what to make of that. I'm not sure. Um,
Yeah, I'm not either.
we had a
Not
little
either.
bit of sweetness with Sunny and Christina, like Sunny just
Mhm.
Christina just talking about how much she loved him and how supported she felt, and
Mhm.
he kind
Yeah.
of got her through Christmas. And I
Yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was sweet. And then I remembered how he killed Jagger in cold blood, and I was like, oh.
Why can't you let that go? Nobody liked him.
No, and more importantly, nobody misses him.
That's right. He just got plucked right out.
Yeah, nobody misses him. It was like a service that
Yes, that see, you're finally coming around. Okay, that's good. That's good.
I know, but I thought it was a little sweet, and I kind of this is my first Christmas without my dad, and I thought
Mhm.
I was
Mhm.
missing a little of that
Yeah, yeah.
daddy little girl sweetness, of
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
because I was daddy's little girl. Oh, but
Oh, Gia. Yeah.
well, I was the only girl. Made it
Same.
easier. Made it a lot easier to be daddy's little girl. He didn't have to choose. I was his favorite daughter.
Yeah, you
Um,
were.
but
Oh,
anyway, I wanted to believe that Sunny and Christina were like sharing a sweet moment, but then I remembered like, oh, she's supporting him killing Ava, and he's a killer, and
yeah. All of that is, I suppose, true. Um, but and Ava would be missed. So yeah, that would be a bigger crime than
yeah, a
killing
little bit
Jagger.
more. Yeah.
But I was gonna say also I didn't like Alexis's request that he take Charlie's back. That seems stupid and really
Yeah, that
controlling.
seems yeah, yeah,
You
and
know,
I agreed with Sunny that it would be destructive at this point.
yeah,
Um,
I kind of liked everything he said. I thought he made a lot
yeah,
of good points, and it kind of showed how he really understands Christina maybe better than Alexis does.
I
I,
think so
I
too, and I
thought,
feel like he kind of always has, and that's why they
yeah,
have that closeness.
yeah, he
Um,
kind of, yeah, like Alexis's sort of sense of like what's best for people, especially maybe her kids, gets in the way of actually knowing what they
Knowing, I mean,
need.
I don't doubt that she loves Christina,
Right,
but
right.
yeah, her ideas of what they should do don't
Yeah,
always, make sense.
they put a bit of distance between her, especially between
Yeah,
her and Christina. I think where Sonny's like right up there with Christina and understands her.
yeah, yeah, and they're closer in temperament too.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think he and Christina.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so I do want to believe in that sweet bond, but
Mhm. Mhm.
anyway, I hope the Charlie's thing goes forward because I think that'd be another cool little spot to have people
Yeah. Yeah, I think
interact.
that was a good setting when they had it before with the old Christina.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. Can we go backwards in time a little more now, or
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not confined to? So we had Christmas gathering with Carly's little side of the family with um, Sonny for a while and Brennan, of course,
Yeah,
and
that was a little weird, I thought, having the bringing
Jason.
Brennan into that scene.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
Joss, and yeah,
Mhm.
and that was kind of weird.
Mhm. Yeah, that was weird too. Yeah, Joss and Brennan
Yeah, playing
seemed.
cards and
Yeah, yeah. A
all a
lot
little
of
bit
these.
weird.
Yep, and Carly was behaving weirdly when she was with Joss and Brennan. That was one of the things that made me a little uncomfortable.
Why? What was she doing? I don't remember what. While they were playing
Well,
cards or something, or
they were talking about the rescue um, of Jason and Holly
yeah.
and Lucky, right? Like
Oh, was that when like when he said he couldn't say about anything about it, and then she
Carly
went to
started just
yeah,
like blabbing
yeah,
all these things that he wasn't
yeah,
supposed to say. That just like she was trying to impress, I guess, Joss that she knew all this stuff.
yeah. I don't know. And what is up with she and Brennan? Like it was like, why didn't they kiss?
Yeah, that was another. Yeah, there was just a lot of I don't know didn't quite seem like, and not just what we expect or what we want, but just like what would naturally happen, with these
Yeah.
characters. Um,
And he
yeah,
wears like an all black dress like that for a Christmas Eve
yeah,
gathering. That's weird.
yeah. I know they. Well, when you're dealing with clothing from fire sales, you just got to take what you get.
I guess so. And then Joss goes out to play in the snow in her like high cut, skinny tight
Yeah.
little number. I was like, somehow they must not be in Maine because
No,
you wouldn't be heading out with any exposed skin there.
that's right. Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Not if you want to keep it. Um, so that was a weird little gathering. I did kind of
Mhm,
enjoy Jason refusing to speak to
mhm.
Brendan. It kind of
Yeah,
made me laugh a little bit.
yeah. Mhm.
And he had some sweet moments with his son outside.
He did. Yep. Jason was good with his son, and Jason was good with Joss too during that one scene where
Yep,
she was
yep,
asking for his help and stuff. Uh, he's staying fairly true to character, I would say, these days.
yep, yeah. Um, yeah, I'm glad he's back. I think some
Mhm.
people were kind of disappointed at his re-entry into the show. Like they thought it was going to be a bigger deal than it's turned out to be. But I think he's solid. I'd say he's solid.
Yeah, yeah. I think it did seem sort of anticlimactic when he came back because they weren't doing much with him, right? But now he's
Yeah,
kind of eased his way back into the fabric of Port Charles, maybe.
yeah. Well, and they just kind of got him back together with Sonny, and it was like, oh, same old, same old. But
Yeah, yeah, but it's a little different, I guess, now, right? A
I
little
guess
bit.
so. Maybe we've just been worn down.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I know what one of the weird scenes was.
what? Okay.
I've been racking my brain this whole time. There was a scene between Laura and Sonny where he said, if there's anything I can do to help. And she sort of like shushed him, kind of, or like got him to stop talking. Do you
I'm not
remember that?
remembering. I do
Uh,
remember that they help looking for Lulu. Is that I
Yeah,
mean, looking
yeah,
for not Lulu for Charlotte.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I
And
remember that, but I didn't remember her acting weird.
was she just
Um,
like made him sort of stop talking, and then she said thank you or something like that, and then like cut him off. Like that's how she made him stop talking, was to say thank you. But
uh,
then he said thank you, Laura. I was like, what's happened? What's he thanking her for? It was just
huh,
like I
yeah.
don't know. I didn't know what was
Well,
happening there.
remember she and Anna were both
They were
had both
gunning
kind of
for him, right?
yeah distanced themselves from him and to kind of change their tune about how they felt about him. Um,
Hmm. So
so I
was he
didn't
thanking
notice that
her for?
same coldness as much between them, but
Okay, so maybe it
that
was a thanks for being my friend again,
or
kind
maybe
of.
the writers just forgot how they'd written it earlier.
Maybe
That's more likely.
that's more likely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I complain about the props people just for a few minutes?
Oh, and then I would like to also, but yes, go ahead.
Okay. The tree in Rice Plaza, when you're talking about like,
Oh,
oh, I remember this
Matt.
tree through
Yeah,
the
yeah.
years and it's
Uh huh.
so incredible.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, they only show us like a glimpse of it. We don't get, but the
Hmm.
scale, I feel like the scale for so many things is off.
Yes, I
Like we
agreed.
need
You.
a magnificent tree. It doesn't have to be Rockefeller Plaza.
No, and it didn't look real either. It had a lot of that flocking. Is that what you call it on it?
Yeah,
That
the
white.
flocking. And I know you're like a demon for the whole real tree thing. I don't even, it doesn't even have to be real for me, but it has to be much bigger.
Yeah, it would have to
That's
be
what
much
she
bigger.
said.
Yeah. Can
And
I
it's
imagine a
like,
woman saying
hold the
that?
flocking.
I'm sorry, honey. That's going to have to be much bigger.
So
Oh,
I just
dear.
felt like they sort of half-assed it, like we've been at
Yeah.
Rice Plaza for 3 weeks now, and they were like tired,
Hmm.
and they were like, "Oh, there's this tree in the back. Pull it out. We'll just
Yeah. I think they walked past bigger trees outside when they do those
Like
outside
really, yeah.
shots, you know?
So, and and but they made a point of it. If they hadn't made a point of it, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
Christina was talking about when I was a little girl, and this
That
tree
scene
was
seemed like
so
such a, like,
magical, and
yeah,
I was
that
like, that
part was
tree,
too much. Yeah,
that
yeah.
lame tree over there, like,
I would have cut that scene, that little speech right out, you know?
yeah.
Did nothing. But,
Another prop fail for
Trina,
me was, uh, yeah,
the
Trina.
painting,
Yes. Well, which painting? First, there was Ava gave her the like Christmas bonus painting.
that painting especially, that looked like
Yeah,
it
which
once
like
again,
yeah, it looked like some
cheap
little
canvas from
cheap ass
Michaels.
can. Yeah, I was gonna say it like Hobby Lobby, but yeah,
Yeah,
Michaels, any of those, yeah.
yeah.
Um, and the painting itself was like, I don't, oh, you could sell this, you could get. I'm like,
No, no, we can't.
yeah.
It looked
So
awful.
it was awful.
Yeah.
So even just using a frame that's a little more believable.
Well, there was no
Um,
frame. It was just a very cheaply
yeah,
stapled
the
canvas.
stapled.
It was
Yeah,
thin.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they obviously don't know what, like, if a person stretches their own canvas, they don't know what that would look like because it
Right.
wouldn't look like that.
Which we knew how to do that back in the day. Do you remember that?
I remember that, and I remember that's where your husband got the name Gesso Boy.
He was doing the gesso. I don't think I could stretch a canvas anymore with my arthritic old hands, but I
It's
remember that.
harder, yeah, yeah.
It's hard, yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe they've made advances, but that was like one of the first things they taught us.
Yeah, and even actually, even store-bought canvases usually, like, you can get one that looks much better than that one that she
Right.
had, you know?
Yeah. So that was pathetic. And
Yeah.
then and then also, I don't know, if you're out there and you're like um, an artist and you can defend the work that they used when she was in there describing her favorite work to Kai.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. That was over the top also. That was like Christina's tree speech.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the writing that they used when she was describing it was decent,
Mhm.
but the prop itself did not measure up
Yeah, they
to.
didn't line up. And
Yeah,
it seemed like that. I don't like this Trina, this sudden, like, this new persona that she's sort of
she's a
adapted.
little holier than thou or something. She
Yeah,
wanted to. Yeah.
and she's yeah, it's just such an about face from how she was treating him originally, which was also extreme, but she's completely, like, I don't know, so like she's kind of lost herself a little bit, you know?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So she's like, yeah, she's become a football convert, and yeah.
Yeah, like all
Um,
this other, she's totally about him now. And I mean, I know she's sort of showing off with her art stuff and kind of holding on to that as, like, part of who she is, but it still feels like it's all for him, kind of.
yeah, and I'm not feeling the chemistry between them too much.
I don't know if I
I
am
mean,
either.
he's a handsome young man, and he's
Hmm.
not bad at delivering a line, but
Right.
I'm not feeling like any tingly stuff when they're talking to each other.
Yeah, and I think, like you said the last time, they're trying to go for, like, this, like, sort of clashing and then coming around and, like, the rom-com kind of thing,
Yeah, yeah.
and her, like,
You know, I
whisking him
love a
away.
rom-com.
I know you're totally about the rom-com. Imagine if you wrote a rom-com, you'd have the line, "Oh, it's got to be much bigger than that."
And hold the flocking.
Oh, but when she, has him leave the Metro Court or whatever and escape the
Oh,
boosters
the
thing,
booster event. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's supposed to be like, oh, so sweet, off to the museum. It's just like, I wasn't feeling any of that really. I was more worried, like, is he going to get in trouble for blowing off this thing? Or
I know. Yeah, and I thought like the booster thing's still going to be going on, and like, I didn't find that magical. I thought
no,
it was supposed to be romantic, but I
yeah,
wasn't.
it
Yeah,
wasn't really.
yeah. It was a little stressful, in fact.
It was stressful, and it also
Yeah.
kind of maybe I guess Trina was showing off and sort of trying to like level, I guess the playing field a bit because he's like the star football player, so she's trying to be the star like art student or something.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
guess
don't
so.
know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
So the bad props, and I got one more example, and then if you have any, that'd be great. Um, we had
Okay.
a kind of funny scene with Ned and Jason in the little whatever
Yeah.
that little Quartermain kitchen
Mhm.
house is,
Mhm. Yeah.
and Ned's been tasked with the cheese platters,
Uh
and
huh.
again, it's
Yeah.
just a matter of scale.
Yeah.
Like you're at the Quartermains, you're at the
Uh-huh.
Quartermains, like supposed to be the wealthiest family in
Right.
town.
Right. They should have
And
an
he's
abundance of everything, right?
everything, and he had like there was like a little pile of almonds that one person might have been satisfied with, and he's got a wheel of brie, but it's not
Mhm.
like he's just unwrapped it and put it on there. It's not like it's been melted in the oven with pear slices, and
Right.
like
Right.
he had a couple of platters. But
Mhm.
I mean, you can go in probably any Applebee's now or something and get a charcuterie board that's more lavish
Yeah.
looking than.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I was it just it brought to mind the gingerbread house failure.
That was an epic failure.
Yeah, and I thought,
I
so
think
are
that's
the
what ruined Christmas for me.
was it? And it wasn't the fact that my package is still not there.
That was another blow. But yeah, that was like a
Another
1-2
blow.
punch.
She's
Yeah.
crying under her lack of a tree. But did you notice that, or was that just me being totally nitpicky? Like,
No, no, I noticed that, and you figure like probably on these sets, they probably have don't they have like their craft table or whatever where all the stat or the actors eat? There's probably more food out there than there
yeah,
is
yeah,
here.
and maybe even like maybe if it's the expense, like I know cheese gets expensive.
So maybe they're using the leftovers. Like, yes, this was yesterday's
Could
actors'
it be
lunch.
yesterday's, or do they have? Maybe they could have plastic foods, like I don't know, but something that's grand, that's befitting the
Yeah.
Quartermain mansion that they're going to take
Mhm.
in. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
know, Gia. I know.
okay, did you have any props issues,
I think
or
we covered
we
them.
could
The
open this up
painting.
to clothing if there's any clothing you want to.
Chloe, what did you think? I liked Ava's palette, the sort of like, what was it, kind of a salmon and brown sort of combo
Yep,
she had with
yeah,
her
I like
blouse and
that.
pants. That was an interesting kind of.
Ooh,
Mhm.
trouble.
The kitty startled the dogs. I'm sorry,
Oh,
everybody.
dare
Sorry.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty. I liked that. Um,
Hmm.
I did. There was a moment with Ava when she was begging today in town today.
Yeah.
Liked
Yeah.
when Alexis said that he couldn't afford her and shut the door in her face. That was kind of funny.
Totally. Yeah, for once, somebody shut the door and left it closed.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
that
good.
was funny.
Although I now I'm worried about Ava being broke. I don't like that feeling. I guess it could
Right.
be interesting if she really did have to, struggle and move and, maybe not wear such lovely outfits.
Lovely clothing. I'd have to put on a sweatshirt or so. Oh, speaking of sweatshirts,
Oh, yeah, Emma.
I'm assuming you want to talk about the big sweatshirt.
Emma's outfit, you mean?
Oh no, I was thinking of Brooklyn
Brooklyn. Oh, okay. Okay, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, that was it.
in bed with
Yeah.
Chase, and she's
Uh-huh.
wearing this ginormous hooded sweatshirt, and so I'm assuming that actor in real life is already quite pregnant because they had also had her in a very large blouse,
Yeah,
um,
huh.
and so they're going to have to move that storyline along.
That's true, aren't they? Huh.
I
Yeah.
mean, she didn't look
Mhm.
pregnant yet, but it was like those
Mhm.
clothes are really big. Like,
They
why are
were.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so then I'm still assuming that she doesn't know Geo is her child, or
Huh.
she's doing that like face whenever somebody says something about your first pregnancy, and then she goes, "Ah," like
Yeah, so she knows she was pregnant, but doesn't know that she's got a son in the house? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that, yeah, she probably had, I'm assuming, Dante's baby.
Uh-huh, and thought it was
After,
the baby was given up for adoption or
yeah,
something?
like her
Mhm,
mother
yeah.
probably took care of the whole situation and
Uh-huh, yeah.
within the family or something, and now, so
Mhm.
Lois would know that Geo is
Right,
hers.
right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I'm thinking it's going to go down.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. That seems like I don't know that I care that much because it seems like a stupid storyline to begin with, but that Lois would have done something like that to Brooklyn seems kind of awful, doesn't it?
Done something like bring
Like,
Geo into the house, or
or hidden the fact that Lois's child was, that was
Brooklyn's
still,
child.
I mean, yeah, yeah, sorry, that he was still around, at all, right? I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I,
she would have known that it would have been adopted by somebody.
yeah, but I don't, I guess I'm not articulating myself very well, but just
You didn't. Yeah, I think she would take it off somewhere and. Is that what you're
no.
saying?
No, no, no. No, I guess I don't know. Like if Brooklyn knew that the baby had been given up for adoption.
Yeah, like so Brooklyn's a teenager and
Yeah.
and has this baby as a teenager, and her mother says, "I'll take care of it for you. You don't need to worry
Uh-huh.
about,
Uh-huh.
and
Hmm.
I can see that happening. Somebody not wanting to know,
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, but yeah, so then I guess it does seem kind of creepy to me that Lois would sort of let Geo come back into their
Right? Yes,
orbit,
that would be creepy. Yeah,
you know. And that doesn't feel like something Lois would do really as a
yeah.
mother and
Well, we'll
as
see.
that
We'll see how it
character.
plays out, but it
Yeah.
something's up with the Geo thing.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. And they've made all these characters do things that are out of character, so,
Yeah,
it could happen that way.
yeah.
But
Um.
anyway.
Anyway, so we've got that little storyline. What else do we have?
Well, we've got
Oh, well.
the Charlotte
Oh,
Valentine
right,
that thing
right.
going
Yeah,
on over there.
So Valentine's back in
Mhm.
the works, which is good, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, I do too. I do too.
And we have the same Charlotte, which is awesome.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's a weird little dynamic between her and Valentine. I mean,
It's
he's
creepy weird, yeah.
it is creepy. He's got her under some spell where she feels obligated to
Yes, I know
be
it's
with
kind of
him.
awful. It's kind of awful. It's like a love, but yeah, the weight of that love
Yeah.
is just terrible, I think.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Just to think she can sit across from her mother who she hasn't seen and who could have died, and she still feels like she's got to be
Yeah.
with Valentine.
I like that little actor a lot. She does.
Yeah.
She kind of rounds her shoulders and looks
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
uncomfortable, like as a young
Uh-huh.
girl who's like she's just perfect for that age. Like it's like she's pretty and she kind of knows she's pretty, but she's uncomfortable with it, and she's sort
Yeah,
of
just
like her
awkward
body
with
language is
life.
awkward. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
She
hope they
hasn't.
don't change her. She's
Right, as
great.
long as she's game for this role, it seems like, yeah, she doesn't have, or she never did have really like friendships, like nothing really normal. So it seems like
No.
part of the reason she's kind of ill at ease, like everywhere.
And can you believe they didn't tell Lulu about her being shot and also her turning into a little psychopath and turning.
I know Valentine kind of left out the part. I mean, he's
Yeah,
sort of.
yeah,
I was surprised that he did tell like as much as he did of that story of why Anna
yeah,
shot her. But yeah, didn't talk quite as much as he might
he,
have about how.
yeah. He omitted that Charlotte has a real dark side.
Scary as fuck.
Charlotte's a little edgy.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So, but that was kind of interesting, and
Hmm.
I liked the conversation that Lulu had with Charlotte. And the only thing I didn't like about that scene was like nobody brought the pastry ever,
Ever, yeah, that was
ever.
another very low
Worst
budget
cafe
setting.
ever.
I know. Yeah, I know. I mean,
And
honest,
they,
that was very depressing looking.
yeah, and they ordered something fun sounding like a
Mhm.
turfoken or something. I was like, ooh, we're gonna see what that is. We don't know what that is.
An authentic Czech pastry or something, and then
Yeah, yeah,
nothing.
some true folkin or something. I don't know. I couldn't hear. Did you hear what they said? I could
I
Google it.
I saw it in the like subtitles, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, I need to start using the subtitles. But
A lot of consonants.
yeah. So anyway, I was sad about the lack of pastry.
Yeah, just the food shortage in general, huh?
Yeah, they sat for such a long time with
Hmm.
no coffee, no nothing.
Right, right, yeah. Hmm.
Just bad service, I guess. I don't know.
There wasn't even a waiter. Was there anybody behind the counter? And, it's another one of these scenes where they.
Well, a waiter went by at one point, but yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
I guess it's just, they spent so much money on that Rice Plaza scene with all the, like,
right.
the boys, you know.
Yeah, the extras. Yeah. If they just gotten a tree without flocking, they probably could have
Yeah, they
afforded
could
it.
have had one or two more people in this cafe, or at least a pastry.
Right.
They've got to make better choices, I think.
Make better choices. That'll be my t-shirt for 2025. Make
Yeah,
better choices.
that's a good one. That's a good
And
one.
it's going to have to be bigger.
Oh dear.
And on that note, should we
On
wrap
that
it up?
note,
That was
let's
just a meandering hour of
that
nothingness.
was, yeah, nothingness, I think, is the key word there. Yeah, sorry everybody.
Just like looking into the void of our
Yeah.
minds. Yeah.
We'll try to be better next year.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year. Oh my God. Okay.
I'm thinking maybe we have a drink to toast the new year on Thursday. How does that sound?
Maybe, or at least a black-eyed pea.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Sounds good.
Well, it's fun to be back. Thanks
Yeah.
everybody for letting
Welcome
me
back,
back.
Gia. Oh yeah.
Thank
That
you.
reminds me, we have a bunch of downloads in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is our most downloaded state these days. Beats
Well,
out
thank you, Pennsylvania.
California, New York, and Florida. It's doing better
What
than
about
all.
How's Singapore? Are they hanging in, or they release those prisoners?
They seem to they torture them maybe once or twice, and then the numbers don't change. So yeah,
All right.
holding
Okay.
steady. But yeah,
Cool. Okay.
yeah,
Excuse
okay,
me. All
all
right.
right.
All right. Well, hey, we'll see everybody next year.
Yep, yep. Okay, take care, Gia.
Okay. You too. See ya.
All right, bye.